Make it so. Are we online yet?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez. Help.
Why?
Brave Romanoing is always the best way to enter the
That
internet.
horse stole my Nissan Stanza.
It's just a fun voice to do. There's no reason to not do it.
That's why. I mean,
Everybody
that's why he
loves,
does it.
Everybody loves doing that voice.
Obviously.
Everybody loves doing that
Everyone
voice.
loves Raymond's voice.
Especially when you're playing
Hi.
DJ Hero.
That's pretty cool. How much does it cost?
$150.
And you gotta buy a console and a TV.
Man, we're all the same
Oh,
color again.
no.
Oh, jeez. Whoa.
What is the deal with that?
What's happening?
Our colors just kind of merge together to this one like
Oh, hot shit. It's
Pink-
BMFcast
pinkish
time.
soup.
Pinkish soup.
Try green, Chuck. You
Yeah.
give green a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna go green.
Bam. Look at you.
Bam.
I'm just saying, let me get some little more contrary to pop it off.
Right on.
Looks like blue.
It does.
Good job. Hey, Internet.
We're early because there's a hurricane coming.
And we're going to die.
Yep.
Again.
But first,
Podcast.
Street Fighter.
We are taking it to the streets. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that's true.
When we sing, we're more like the Michael McDonald's.
Look what I can do. What? Oh, not that Michael McDonald, the Doobie Brother.
Yes, that he's taking it to the streets. I'm just saying we're more like Michael McDonald's because it's shitty.
Oh,
Yeah.
you meant the food products.
Right, correct. Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were accusing Michael McDonald of not being good.
I mean that too.
Because I can't forget.
Are you? I thought I knew you. I thought I knew you.
I mean, I also just hate that it's like referred to as the Doobie Brother. It's just like, yeah, he came in later and fucked up the band, but sure.
You take that back.
He had some fucking bangers with Michael, with old Big
Yeah.
Mike M.
That's right. Bangers.
So, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, that's great. People probably are like, "What? I'm not. That alert can't be right. They're testing shit. I can't be online at 8:00.
Yeah. We are way too early for most of our people, and
They're still in bed.
Yeah.
It's Australia. I don't know what Australian time is right now. So
13 hours ahead.
okay, so it's tomorrow.
Right.
Hey, tell us how the storm went.
Yeah, are we all right? Are we gonna make it?
Add the lottery numbers, please.
We
It's too late for that.
blew it.
What? No, it's Wednesday. It's not late enough yet. We could still buy. I mean, you have to run like right
Oh,
now.
you just meant like shitty ass regular lottery, not the 1.9 Powerball. That
I mean, how much? I mean, I'm sure there's a lottery that's at least
it's like 20 million. Who gives a shit?
me very much.
I mean,
What's that? Only like 9 million after everything.
I mean, $1 to win like a bunch of money. Fuck that.
All right, sure.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I need that dollar.
Okay, well, I'll take it all to myself. So just if Australia, come in Australia, let me know them numbers.
Whoa, 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 taking it to the streets.
I'm the only one left on Twitter. I will retweet this.
That's still going.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Twitter still exists for now. There needs to be like an hourly "Is Twitter dead yet?" watch.
I could just take over the Abe Vigoda space. I'm sure it's empty.
Yeah.
Just make abevigoda.com a new. Is Twitter still alive? I'm sure his family would probably give the blessing. Spend some time.
Sure.
Oh, they're all dead too.
He outlives them all.
Yes. I don't know if that's true. It's probably not true.
I just love like every picture of John Fetterman, the guy from Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Just got elected. just looks like a fucking dude from the, like,
From the
he
pipe
looks like a
fitters
roadie.
union.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like every picture he looks like a fucking roadie or a.
Yeah, people were saying today, congratulations to Key Grip John Fetterman.
Yeah, that's the tweet I'm looking at. Is that one? It's like, yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Stage electrician,
Right.
any of those things.
So in mentioning Abe Vigoda, as I don't often,
Keaton's Cop.
no, well, yes, I mean, he wasn't that, but also he's
Did
in
you
a-
watch Keaton's Cop again?
No, I
Oh.
was wondering if you have watched any of The Offer, the show on Paramount Plus about the Godfather.
No, I did not.
It's pretty good so far.
I did not.
Wait, it's a show about.
It's like the story of all the drama behind getting The Godfather made into a movie.
The mob didn't want people to make a movie about them.
So it's like a mini series.
Yeah.
It's just a one-off show. It's
Okay.
like a 10-episode
Have fun.
drama starring the guy from Balls of Glory, Fury, whatever that.
Yeah, that's not how I would describe it as starring Miles Teller, but okay.
No, the other guy.
Yes,
Oh, the magician.
Yes, Dan Fogler is
Yeah,
in it
that
playing
guy.
Francis Ford Coppola.
That
yes.
guy, yes. The guy
Yeah,
who should
he's-
have never had a career.
Okay. He's really good in this, though. I'm just saying,
I've seen him in things he's good too. He's
Yeah.
just
I'm just saying, like
that movie.
They're
Jesus
they're
Christ.
casting other than like Brando until like he decided to become the Don persona. I wasn't buying it, but then like when he started doing that, I was like, oh, okay, now I know why he cast this guy. But the guy they got to play Pacino is holy shit. Like
there were clips of going around of
Yeah.
that guy.
Jesus. I mean, it just looks like one of those like DH like Disney things. It's just like it's uncanny. Cat. Jesus Christ.
Storm coming. All right, welcome to the BMFcast. Hey.
I don't think anyone's gonna show up this early. Did we actually check to make sure we're notified? And all that kind of stuff?
It's, I mean, yes.
Oh yeah, okay. I just didn't know if it actually bothered to do the things and all that.
This is just part of the course now. No one cares. I mean, we did tell people 9 o'clock, but whatever.
Oh,
There's
did
a
we?
s-
We lied to them. We
There's
lied
a
to the
storm
people.
coming.
Chuck, we lied to the people.
Storm.
How did we? How did you let us lie to the people?
I did it. I was the one who did it. I allowed it.
How did you let yourself lie to the people, Chuck?
I'm good at it.
We're a podcast of the people, and we're gonna break their
Not
trust.
of the people.
Yes, we are.
No.
We are. We are 3, sometimes 4 people. We are of them, of the general people.
Yeah. You need to be more like honest Abe Vigoda.
Yes. I cannot tell a lie. Abe Vigoda,
Mhm.
1968.
Yes.
True.
He often paused, like William Shatner.
And then self-attributed everything he
Abe
ever said.
Vigoda.
Right.
Well, I was thinking people are gonna, hear like occasional wind noises and stuff in the background, but now it's just gonna be my cat flipping out about the storm, I guess,
Same thing.
or whatever the hell
Same
she's
kind of
flipping
wailing.
out about.
They probably can't hear it.
Yeah. Fuck it. No one's coming. Let's go.
Cool.
Let's go.
All right.
A live stream for no one.
Like most of our live streams.
There's 3 people watching it, and there's 3 people in this room.
Right. Was that JokeBot?
Sure.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Good old joke bot.
Ha 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 ha.
I needed one more click.
What?
I just was adjusting my light slightly.
Okay.
I need one more click. Silly. You actually probably could use one more click on yours.
Who?
You.
Oh, okay.
I was looking at you. That's
No, you were looking at my light.
in your general direction.
Yes. BJ could be
My light is
a tad
over here,
brighter.
Over here.
More brightness for BJ.
Oh God, this.
There you go.
After being in the fucking cave for
Oh, it's good. Oh, look at that glow.
a Street Fighter.
That's a delightful look. I love it.
It does make my skin look warm.
Ladies, I got warm skin.
It is warm. It's true.
So warm. It's almost 100 degrees.
Nearly, yeah.
98.6. Cool FM. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
Hi.
BMFcast.
Hey, hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm Harlow. Oh, actually, I usually say what episode it is. It's episode 560, and then I say who we are. But I am Harlow still.
Right?
Okay, I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck. Hi.
Yeah, hi.
You think we had done this 565,000 times?
You know, it's.
I threw him off because I said hi.
Yeah, you did. It was
Instead
just
of
so.
going, hey!
Yeah, it was just so like directly like hi. Like I was like, I need to answer.
It's true. I wanted an answer.
You know what we do each and every episode of this here BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings: good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
This is a celebratory noise about robot jocks.
However, there are bad movies. They get a negative sliding scale: 1 to 5 bags and some giant bags of trash.
No. No.
in which they
Negative.
belong.
Decline.
Yeah.
We do not appreciate those
Those are
movies.
they're just bad, and there's nothing entertaining.
Unsubscribe. Cancel, please.
With a 1 being and a 5 being oh god, just so you understand.
Right. A 1 being and a 5 being yeah.
Yeah. So
Your to air scale.
yes, on the
Classic.
old Victor Borg scale.
Yes.
Of an
Right.
So
Yes.
I guess we've been kind of tackling some larger movies as of late, some bigger things that people have maybe actually seen.
Sometimes, yeah, we should watch a movie people have heard of.
Sure. Not everyone can, get their hands on a copy of Killdozer, I guess. But,
No. It's
but-
on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's true. But something that probably too many people have seen and might regret it is 1994's Street Fighter or Street Fighter the movie or
Fighter in the streets.
it's a movie, so we that just seems redundant at this point. But to delineate on Google, it's best to put movie or
Yes.
the movie.
If you're looking for, say, GIFs of Street Fighter the movie,
right,
please add
since in case you
the
didn't know,
movie.
Street Fighter is a popular video game series. I don't know how you.
Oh,
could
is that
not-
what that's
not
based
know
on?
that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This one is specifically based on Street Fighter 2, or
2.
even more specifically, Super Street Fighter 2,
Oh.
as there are characters that do not appear in the original Street Fighter 2.
Well, right away,
in
this
this
movie
movie.
lied to us.
I was promised Street Fighter, not some sort of backstory and lore that I would have to study first.
I'm just here with that minutia. Should you care? And to be honest,
I don't, but,
you
but
shouldn't.
now I didn't, but now
Okay.
I do. I'm
Okay.
incensed
Right.
at this moment.
Well, I can ding some other things,
Yeah,
such as
ding
like,
away. It's
where
gonna-
people are from in this movie not matching.
Oh, it's all wrong.
Sure. Well, yes. I mean,
All of it.
I mean,
I'd also like to ding Jean-Claude Van Damme for not having big enough hair, despite being sold bigger hair on the cover
That's
of this
true.
very
Yeah.
they
Blu-ray.
do Photoshop his hair, and it's like a different color, so they literally just pasted on another flat top on top of his existing
Yeah,
hair.
he's
Yeah.
a ginger in this.
Yeah, yeah. There's,
Like blondish ginger. It's weird.
so there's a lot wrong with
I mean,
everything,
Fighter.
we'll
right?
buy that he's from the U.S. He has an American flag tattoo, despite his accent and
Hey,
everything to
look,
the contrary.
Nothing
I have a
says you're
Canadian
from-
flag tattooed on my left butt cheek, but that doesn't mean I'm Canadian.
No, it does. That'll get you
Yeah,
in.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you just flex.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
you just go, hey.
Does that mean that I have? Well,
I mean, you
see
might have to get
guys.
through the Mounties first, if you know what I'm saying. But
That's how I got the
Yeah.
tattoo in
Yeah.
the first place. I,
Sure.
Mounties.
um,
Got a whole case of the Mounties.
someone's going to give you a Canadian goose.
Again, that's why I have the Canadian flag tattooed on my left
yeah.
butt cheek.
But yes, so I mean, he is maybe American. Then you have Ryu, and I mean, they say
Well,
they-
okay. Jean-Claude Van Damme is not doing an American accent.
No.
He is
No.
just doing Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And
Yes.
thankfully, unlike many other movies, they don't bother to explain like, oh, he's American by way of
He's not
New
from
Orleans.
the Bayou
Belgium. Yeah.
or Canada.
But
He's
it's
from
just
Minnesota.
he's just part of the not UN, it's they in, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, who else? I mean, Ryu and Ken are like kind of weird because they're like almost background characters in their movie, their
Yep.
own movie.
Yep.
Uh,
They are barely characters.
Yeah,
like
I
every
mean-
time they show up, I'm like, oh right.
yeah, I mean, Ken
You
I
are
mean,
the main
well, they also
characters
say
of Street
Ryu,
Fighter.
which I think it's supposed to be Ryu. I think it's been established many years running post this movie that it's
The,
Ryu.
the
but-
movie says Ryu.
Sure. But I mean, they're kind of like Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of their own movie. They're just
Are they dead?
not
Oh.
maybe eventually, sure, but not
One
at the
day.
end of this.
No.
Not in this particular Hamlet.
But Ryu's played by a Chinese American, which
Classic movie.
Okay, yes. I mean, yes. If you want to get down to that, I mean, I don't know that they mentioned where he's from. I mean, there's plenty of like miscasting because like Wes Studi plays Sagat, who I believe is. I can't like now. I'm doubting myself. Like I thought he was Indian, but I know Dalsim is, but he might be Thai. I'm not sure now because it's been a while since I played Street Fighter. Like where their little flags go when you fight. them.
Japan.
Is he?
I
You
don't
look
know.
okay.
I don't know.
You just wanted to say.
I
Japan.
just wanted to say Japan.
Okay, but yeah,
because it's fun.
but anyway, it's Wes Studi. I mean, he's a famous Native American actor,
Right.
But anyway,
He is not that. Wherever Sagat is from,
Yeah.
he's not that. But there is a Native American character in this film.
Yeah,
who we were like, is that a guy from Street Fighter?
And I even said no,
Yeah.
and then like 2 seconds later, I heard them say his name, and I was like, oh wait, yes.
yeah, he's T-Bird. Or
T-Hawk. Again, their inclusion of the Super Street Fighter characters besides Cammy is just like, oh shit. All right, throw them in because like, fuck, I'm trying to remember. Like, the DJ is just like Bison's like
Lackey.
keyboard guy.
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of? The Master's second in command from the Apple. I was expecting
Yeah.
him to pull out like that whole thing.
Yes.
I
But
just realized there's one character not in this. I don't think, unless they say his name and I wasn't paying attention. But Fei Lung is another
Correct.
Super Street Fighter guy that's not in this.
They started to make that
Okay.
one Japanese character him, and then for whatever reason, either legal reasons or just who cares,
It might have been legal reasons because they were like, I mean, as with everything Street Fighter and most things video games these days, he was clearly Bruce Lee without the
Right.
name. But I mean, just like, I mean, they left in Balrog, except in the Japanese version that's M. Bison as in Mike Tyson. But then they changed the names around because Balrog was supposed to be the big bad guy, who is now M. Bison in the American version. But they still put this character in there and then give him the weird, like, Widow's Peak Mike Tyson hair.
Yep.
I'm throwing you all the weird Street Fighter link, stuff that's out there. So like he's in there, but he's like a good guy now because he's Chun-Li's cameraman.
Yes.
He's not supposed to be a good guy at any point in Street Fighter lore, I don't believe.
okay, real
Yeah.
quick, is there any Street Fighter plot like Street Fighter 2 Super
I
Turbo
mean,
Edition or
in the
whatever?
like you have to piece it together through cutscenes kind of plot, but yes.
Oh, there are cutscenes. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like when you win stuff, they have little text cutscenes and stuff like that, and there was like an anime and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Was there a manga?
there was probably a manga or two, yes, but
Okay. Okay, so there is actually a plot to the game.
sure.
Do you have any idea what it is?
Is it this?
I mean, M. Bison, I almost said Mike Tyson. M. Bison is the bad guy. He is the big bad guy, just bent on world
Sure.
domination, and
Okay.
the people kind of come together to fight him. It's your loose like Mortal Kombat-esque. Like for some reason, the bad guy sort of invites everyone to a tournament, despite them being all the people that could probably beat him. So
Overconfidence,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Well, M. Bison is nothing if not overconfident this entire movie.
oh, the other character I was going to say, there's a character called Vega who I believe.
Yeah, Vega's in this.
Again, just because like this is how 90s video games works, and people are like, "What if we made a guy who had Jason's mask and Freddy Krueger's claws, but he's Spanish and he does like dancey moves and stuff?" And they're like, "Great, put it in the game." And
Yep.
Use
that's what you get.
Flamenco
Yeah.
Krueger.
I'm just saying, like this is like the weird shit you get in video games, and it's just like, yeah, sure, put that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they bring it all to life in this movie for some reason.
I wouldn't say they bring it to life.
Well, I mean,
they do
it's-
put it on screen.
It's live action.
Yeah.
It's not pixels.
But yeah, I mean, Guile is like a
Pixels when we watch.
very secondary, not much of a story character in the game. I mean, he became super popular because people like to play him. He was not a person with a backstory, really. He was just a dude on the roster, and then people
He's
are
not
like,
a person with a backstory in this movie.
I mean,
either.
there are three main characters, if you will, like are Ryu, Ken, and Chun Li, and then everyone else is kind of like a secondary character and doesn't have much story.
And you would think Guile, being played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, would be the star of the film, but he's gone for a long period of time.
He
And
is
that's because he was high on cocaine
well,
and wandered away
Yes.
from the set on multiple occasions.
with Kylie Minogue,
Uh-huh.
who is Cammy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's the one with the beret in the video game.
Correct, and a lot
And-
more butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She shows all the leg in the video game. She shows 0% of it in this movie. I don't particularly care, but I assume that people at the time were pissed.
Well, I mean,
Probably.
yeah, I mean, without, I mean, no misogyny aside, yes. I mean, when you cast someone as attractive as Kylie Minogue, with one of her features being her posterior that she's known for, one would expect by that casting that is what you're in for, but that is not what you really get. But
Right.
yeah.
You also don't get much of a character.
No,
you don't. No, there are.
that's what I'm saying. All
Zero.
the super people from the are just like, oh yeah, they're in here too. Fine, throw them in. You know,
All the characters are. They're barely even caricature.
sure.
Like, I think Vega gets the most of the caricature because he gets a whole flamenco. Well, in Bison, we'll talk about later. He gets a whole intro. Like, he gets a ring music for this underground fighting scene. He gets girls with flowers, and so much time is spent on Vega's entrance. It's like this guy honestly should be either the main character or second in command bad guy.
They do spend a lot of time with that fight intro setup, only to have it just end without any fighting whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, much like a Ryan Murphy show, I think they were just pretty much like, oh, people really, really think Guile is cool and Vega is cool. All right. I'm just thinking, like, that's really, like, as much as it was. They were like, some executive like, what are the stats on the two most played fighters? And they're probably, these two, sir. And they're like, cool. Make them super awesome. Make him the star and make him have really cool entrance because he's got blades and stuff, and kids like blades.
This is obviously a movie done by executives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And written by children.
The weird thing
acted by cocaine.
Yeah. The weird thing is that it's written and directed by Stephen E. D'Souza, who wrote Die Hard and a million other of our favorite movies.
Did he write it?
He wrote Die Hard, but he did not direct Die Hard.
No, he did not direct
I mean, did he write this movie, or did this
and directed? I mean, according to the.
And he is on record, like he's been out there as recently as a couple of years ago on Twitter, still talking about this movie. Just I don't know for what reason, but he loves.
But did
talking
he actually write it?
I mean, he was probably handed a outline from 3 different corporations and had to make something out of it.
He was probably handed a script by some fucking suit's nephew.
I'm sure he added in all the fun phrases like "game over."
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, it was just like, let's punch this up and make it fun.
There are some outstanding lines and moments, but they are all immediately ruined by some goofy ass reaction shot, or by just plain poor takes. There are a lot of like, "Are you sure that was your best take?" versions of lines in this movie, including every single one uttered by Jean-Claude Van fucking Damme. They are
They're bad.
every single bit of line delivery on his part is the worst he's ever done.
He was high on cocaine.
That doesn't make so am I. I'm still delivering the goods.
That's true. Your intros are cocaine fueled
Every
and
week!
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Some people have been known to drive trains just perfectly fine.
Yeah. Here's the thing I think about Street Fighter is that it was written by committee, overseen by 3 or 4 corporations with varying different goals, shot in 3 different countries who all had their own like, you need to put this person in here to speak to our native country. Like, Kylie Minogue is in this because Australia was like, you need to put an Australian in this so we can make bank, that kind of thing. So you've got a goofy script, you've got corporations involved, you've got countries making the casting decisions. You've got a star who is huge at the time, but now he knows it and is out of his mind. You've got your main bad guy, Raul Julia, who is literally dying, unfortunately, as filming this movie, still giving it 100,000% on his way out. Like, he made this movie because his kids like Street Fighter, and he was like, I'm going to make a movie that they're going to like. And, man, he fucking goes for it. But just all of that, like, even the thing about the boat sequence, that was supposed to be an air attack. And Thailand said, no, you will not use that many aircraft in our airspace. So they had to rewrite it as a boat attack.
So they were like, Phuket, we'll make it boats.
I get that joke.
Yeah.
So It's just, we've talked about it before, how there are movie gods who sometimes, like, everything goes right on a movie and everything clicks and it's magical and there's no reason why the writer, the director aren't necessarily the best in the business or anything like that. It just, everything comes together and it's perfect. And then other times you get movies that are just, like, doomed from the start. Yep. Absolutely 100% just fucking doomed. Like, we're never going to make it.
I mean, I think you can tell where this movie's going because, I mean, this kind of has an unprecedented thing you don't see on many, many movies, and that's in the opening credits. There are, like, 6 or 7 editors
There
credited.
are at least 5 editors listed.
Yeah, with, like, 4 or 5 of them with, like, ACE credits. I mean, like, accredited, not just they were like, he worked on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, clearly what it was is, like, they had a piecemeal bit of footage, and they shipped it around town until someone could make something cohesive out of it.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, how many movies have we seen that have been edited to shit and did not have those credits? So you think about it, there are 5 credited editors. How many other editors took a stab at it?
Yeah, they were just like, that is awful. You're not even getting your credit.
No, this sucks. We're not using it. Get the fuck out of my office.
But I mean, like,
I
guess I feel like we're painting kind of broad strokes. But I mean, this is a movie that doesn't have
It's hard to talk specifics because
I mean,
what the fuck is this movie about?
I mean, basically, Guile is part of the AN task force. They are trying to hunt down Bison. Bison is like, I have hostages, and if you don't pay me $20 billion in 3 days' time, I will kill them all.
When does this take place? 1995?
Thereabouts?
Or whatever.
There's really no...
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different world that we're in.
Bison is trying to start his own country.
$20 billion is not that much.
Also, for, like, these 12 scrubs that he's kidnapped, like, none of them look like high value
I felt like $20 billion was a high dollar amount for 93 bucks.
I mean, it absolutely was, but I'm just saying,
it
like,
was like a high asking amount. Not today, but I mean, like...
Not for, like...
starting a whole
holding the world hostage.
No.
I mean, but yes, he's got hostages and a ticking clock, and then they fuck around for literally like 70 of the 72 hours, and then they're like, I guess we should go in and get them. But I mean, it's a whole,
I don't know what they're doing before that.
There's a whole convoluted thing where Ken and Ryu sort of enter the plot where they are, I don't even know why, but they're wandering into an underground fighting ring that then gets broken up by Guile and company. This is where we meet Sagat and Vega and maybe a couple other people. I don't know. But they get raided, taken in, and it's basically we'll make them our inside guys so that Van Damme can go pass out from cocaine for a couple weeks. Because basically he fakes his own death, and that ingratiates him sort of with Sagat, and then they're in, and then it fucks around.
Sagat gets in bed with M. Bison.
Yeah, it's like it becomes
fuck you, M. Bison.
It becomes basically Enter the Dragon for a while because it's just like they've infiltrated. They're just dicking around with less purpose than Enter the Dragon. Just like occasionally like, hey, we got to do the right thing. Oh no, they're over here because like Chun-Li and company is pretending to be a news crew even though she's got revenge on the brain too. She's got E. Hondo, who is now a Samoan instead of Japanese. And Balrog, who, as I established before, is her cameraman and not evil. Still a boxer, though, and still got the dumb widow's peak. He will just produce boxing gloves randomly to punch things, just because that's what his character does.
But, like, here's the thing. So you've got your entire roster of Street Fighter characters in this. And when the movie starts, Raul Julia is challenging these peasant scrubs that he has kidnapped to fight him. He's like, I love fighting, fight me. And, someone tries to take a swing at him, and then he's like, haha, you suck, and snaps their neck. And he's like, I love fighting, I live for fighting. And it's like, okay, great. Here come these 20 colorful characters who will probably all have to fight to free the... No, that's not what this movie's about at all. No. Like, half of them don't do any fighting whatsoever.
Yeah, most of it's just subterfuge, like figuring out how they're going to sneak into his base while a couple people are already inside and kind of trying not to be discovered or whatever.
Well, let's count the guys that don't fight.
Okay.
Dalsim?
Yep.
I'm sorry, what name did you say?
That's Dr. Dalsim.
Yeah, sure, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dalsim.
Well, yes, I wasn't trying to repronunciate it. Just... He
does the arm thing, right?
He doesn't do anything. It gets
no. I mean, in the video
game.
He
has fire powers and stretchy limbs.
Stretchy yoga fire, yoga flame.
Yeah, but yes, he gets doused with chemicals like
it looks like they're setting up for a Street Fighter 2.
Exactly,
absolutely.
The Street Fighter 3 movie.
All it does is
something.
chemical burn his hair off.
Right. I mean, they do briefly make him bald, but he never gets to fight. And he is also in the lab with Blanca, who's just a random guy who
doesn't really get to fight.
No,
he gets a scrap with.
He is a friend of Guile's, who Guile seems to think is dead, and then he's like, "Oh
Well,
no, look what they've done to you."
Well, he finds him, and like the extent of the makeup is they basically Lou Ferrigno'd him.
Just gave him
That's a bad
clown hair.
prosthetic.
I mean,
well, he has a full face, like a
Yeah.
full face, but eye holes are cut out. But they didn't. I'm sorry, makeup department. Like, I know you worked hard on this, but
Did they?
but you didn't. Yeah,
They tried, but everyone
But,
was
like,
doing cocaine.
the eye holes. You could see where the eye holes stopped and started, and it was a very
Yeah,
it's a very cheap prosthetic.
I'm saying
That's what I'm saying.
They
It's
Lou
cheap.
Ferrigno'd him because, I mean, I'm pretty sure if we saw the Incredible Hulk today in high definition, it would look this bad because they were just shooting for 240p or 240i
Yeah, right.
television.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Through the rabbit ears
Yeah.
and just like no one's gonna. Do it.
yeah, I'm just so. I'm saying
Yes,
if you
it's-
saw a close up, it would probably look like this, except we saw it in high definition on a
Except
Blu-ray.
with
and it
with
looks
the-
like ass.
with the carrot top hairpiece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Somewhere in the middle of his transformation, he's just carrot top for a few minutes because he's still Caucasian and then has the crazy Blanc hair, and then like 2 shots later, he's getting
Yeah.
muscled up and green.
So you don't get to see Blanca fight. Who's
He
DJ?
basically comes in and, as you were saying, he's a friend of Jean-Claude, and when he discovers him, he's like, "Oh God, what have they done? Anyway, let's go see the rabbits." Because he's
Yeah.
basically like, "I'll take care of it."
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, "Help me," and
Okay.
JCVD pulls out a gun because
You
he's on
got it.
cocaine. He's like, "No problem, Bob.
Say
I
hello
got
to
you."
my little friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is the only help I know how to give. Death.
Okay,
Die.
I'm
And that's when the doc comes
reloaded.
out. I was like, no, he's a friend because I programmed him with Dr. the King.
Yes, he showed him pictures of like he was basically being force fed like nothing but Hitler and mass murder and stuff.
He was,
And then
yeah.
he got Dr. King and like some puppy videos, and that counteracted it.
Right. So he's only half atrocities
Right.
and half Dr. Martin. the
Blanca
King.
was a
Right.
bad guy in the game, wasn't he?
No, again, I mean,
No?
again, like not really a story, just a character side.
Oh,
character.
just existed.
I mean, again,
Okay.
I think it was he got. I think he had a beef with Bison because he got genetically modified on or whatever.
Oh,
but-
okay. So
yeah.
he was kind of a good guy. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't know shit.
But yeah,
DJ is the Jamaican guy.
Yes, he's
Yeah, he doesn't fight.
No,
Did-
he doesn't fight anybody.
Is he in the Street Fighter? Because I don't remember him. All right.
again his super Street Fighter character.
Right.
They added Cammy, DJ, Fei Long, and T-Hawk. There were
Okay.
the 4 characters they added.
T-Hawk doesn't really get to fight.
Now,
He,
and again,
he
I didn't
assaults, but he doesn't really fight.
I didn't recognize that this was him because one, I don't know that they never said his name, or if they had, I hadn't caught.
They didn't until that scene.
until that time where you're like, is this guy supposed to
Until
be
he
somebody?
ties on a fucking headband.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, by the way, I'm Native American.
Yeah,
and my
because
name's
I was like,
T-Hawk.
is this Italian scrub supposed to be a Street Fighter character?
I was like, no, because the other thing is like
Yeah.
T-Hawk is also supposed to be huge, like Zangief and some of the other
Right.
dudes, and he's just random dude. And they're like, here's a headband. Now you're Native American.
Yeah.
Go fight.
Yeah, because literally this movie is one of its editing flaws is that it's ADR to
everything.
shit,
Mhm.
and so they have to ADR a lot of stuff, and they ADR Jean-Claude turning around and looking at him and going, "Oh, you have a headband now." He's like, "Yes, I am T-Hawk," and it's like, "Oh, all right, whatever."
Sir, I believe that's pronounced Thawk.
Hawk, sorry,
Right. Like thanks.
Yes,
Thwop. Tom Hanks, that is.
thanks.
By the way, Capcom was a co-financier of this film,
Mhm.
meaning everything required their approval. So you can blame it all on Capcom if you want.
They wanted to get it out by Christmas because they had a marketing thing to
Yeah.
tie into it,
Yep.
and
Like
And
putting
they
out
wanted-
the game.
yeah.
They wanted Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Mm-hmm.
which was a mistake.
Well, in retrospect, but at the time,
Their budget is $35 million. Jean-Claude Van Damme
I
was
mean,
paid $8 million for this.
Yes, but I mean, it does kind of make sense as far as like a green light, bankable star kind of thing, because your other action heroes
I
at
guess
the time
it made money, so
were
what do I know?
big burly dudes. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, unless they were like, we're gonna blow people's minds and cast Jackie Chan to be Ryu again. Wrong country, but I mean, it's like it would have been bank for a guy that can do shit. Because I mean, most other like action people were Arnold and Sly, and they're not going to be spin kicking and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like Jean-Claude comes along and it's like, hey, it's a dude that can actually kick and do splits and stuff. So
no splits in this.
Yeah.
0 splits, 5 bags.
Also, like, not a ton of Jean-Claude Van Damme doing, besides the splits, like, not a whole lot of shit you want to see
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme doing, because this movie is shot and cut poorly.
That's the thing, is that the there's no chance for any of the fighting to actually
Also,
breathe.
The main bad guy, like, no offense to Raul Julia, but the main bad guy was dying of cancer.
Right.
And so your big bad fight has to be shot around.
Yes. He couldn't actually fight Van. It couldn't be like.
There's
ooh.
no way that he can even pretend.
But
right?
at least they like right away they give him the power of electromagnetism.
No, that's the second half of the fight.
No, I know, but yes, you're right. Still, it's
I mean,
the
he
best
does
part
get to
of
do the flying thing, which like it's a good that's a good excuse. It looks like shit, but it's a good excuse.
No way, they give him like shoes that light up.
Which looks cool.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Until
he's
he
got
starts
those
to do flying.
special Skechers that,
Yeah.
that light up when you walk. Right?
Yeah, these light up when you electromagnetize.
Yeah, when you fly at Jean-Claude Van Damme with your fist out.
Man, I feel like we are not even I mean, like I said, there is hardly any plot.
No,
to
we
cover.
cannot go beat by beat. There's
It's
just
impossible.
nothing.
I mean, at some point, basically the AN army is like, okay, we have a plan. It's 2 hours before the shit's supposed to kick off.
Yeah,
Let's load up
we
the
blew
stealth boat.
70 hours. Now let's go. And then right away, like the money guy shows up. It's like, oh, excuse me, but this plan
Again,
is canceled.
weird fucking casting. Like, why? It's
yeah.
Simon Callow.
Yes.
And it's just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, I mean, that
Well-
clearly cost you more money than anyone just because this is just a nothing part.
Also, a much better actor than he's letting on here.
Sure.
His performance here is fucking terrible.
Well, yes. I mean, it's just like one of those, like, why? Like, this is a nobody guy. He's in the movie for 30 seconds.
They handed him $750,000 and said, "Get in here." So, yeah, I know. He just shows up and is like, we're canceling this. And so Van Damme just goes back to the troops and says, all right, show's over. It's canceled, but I'm staying. Who's staying with me? And they're like, yeah.
He was just signing up so he could show up for Street Fighter 4 weddings and a funeral.
He actually gives the troops a choice. He's like, who wants to stay home? Who wants to go home? And who wants to come with me? And everyone goes, yay. And it's like, wait, what did they answer?
Yeah. Did you answer yay to go home?
Yeah.
Yay to stay with me?
Because I would go, yay, I'm going home. Fuck this place.
Chrono guy attacking M. Bison's palace all by himself.
Yeah.
Well, he's confident because he has a stealth boat.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, stealth boat, which immediately gets defeated.
The loudest stealth boat you've ever seen.
Well, until they enabled stealth mode. And
Yeah.
then they had
Y'all remember Viper?
Yes.
The television show Viper?
Yes.
vaguely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was great. There was in it. Yes, it was. It was great. The main star was a Dodge Viper, which
It was made
the
to sell the
coolest.
car.
It was the coolest car at the time.
Yeah.
The absolute coolest car. So the Viper had a stealth mode,
Mhm.
which just did the exact same thing as this fucking stealth boat. Little bits of electricity go over top, and it does the active camouflage. Amazing. Except, like the stealth boat, I think something defeated.
Oh, yeah.
Something simple like a stick defeated the Viper's camouflage every week.
There's a light rain outside.
It was probably a mongoose.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Operation Ricky
Ricky Ticky Tavi.
Yes. I'm here for these references, folks. I mean, technically, I think that was a cobra, but it's
Sure,
a type
yeah.
of viper.
Viper,
Cobras.
snakes.
Yeah, snakes in general, yeah.
Yeah, mongooses and snakes. But yeah, they do this
It was
whole
a honey
thing.
badger. How about that? It's more topical.
Right.
Okay.
They do this whole thing where they spend 30 seconds gearing up, putting their visors down to go into stealth
Yeah,
mode.
put your stealth mode visor on.
There's two switches. The inside of the thing turns green.
Oh, yeah, it engages full Buckaroo Banzai mode for some reason. Like,
exactly.
I think it radiates the passengers for some reason.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
It's-
Jean-Claude
it's
is not having kids, which is probably for the best. But yeah.
Right.
He also probably wasn't from all the splits either, but...
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So this engages stealth mode, and it goes invisible. But then first rule of Stealth Club is do not immediately make yourself known while you're trying to sneak up. So they blast they're
They just start shooting all the radars.
yeah, they're invisible to radar, right? And
Yeah.
so they start blasting all the radar stations. And then
The M. Bison alarm goes
the bad
off.
guys are paying attention for once, and they're like, "Hey, the radar's out." And M. Bison's like, "Dramatic instructions." And
Well, because
and
they've
they-
got a giant monitor of a camera focused exactly on the stealth boat. And
you can
so,
see the wake of the stealth
right,
boat.
you see the wake
obviously,
of the
yeah.
stealth boat,
Yeah, because it died.
and we can see the stealth boat.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Simon Cowell was there, because the funerals.
Mhm.
So you see the wake of the boat, but not the boat itself. But when we are watching the film, we see the boat.
Sort of, yeah, a little bit.
It's
yeah.
insane.
We
Yes.
see a little bit. We see like close-up shots with
Yeah.
the active camo thing going.
It's
And
got the Harry Potter cloak on, except the armholes have miniguns coming out of the side of it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, it's got river whizzes, I guess.
But then
Sea whiz. Sorry, they're not on the sea.
But then Bison's like, enhance the thing, turn all the filters on, and it does a little like red-blue 3D sort of thing, and the boat just shows up immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like,
they
they're
wasted-
one ping only, and they're just like, oh, there they are.
Yeah.
The AN wasted trillions of dollars probably in the development of this stealth boat that was defeated immediately by a guy who was
With a
begging for $20 billion.
with a pencil.
With a pencil.
Yep.
With a coffee cup, maybe?
No, No, we don't make that reference anymore. Oh, no,
it's-
actually, no, we could do that. That's Ronin. I thought you were doing a Usual Suspects reference.
I want to talk about the best actual scene in this movie.
Okay.
It is the scene where you are a little worried for Chun-Li because you think something bad might be about to happen to her.
Oh, you think she's about to get... Yeah.
Keyworded. Yes. But so she has been invited to M. Bison's lair.
Well, she's been caught, and
She's not been invited to...
Oh, he offered her the invitation. Please join me in my ready room.
Yes,
I
but he
thought it
didn't
was
give
just
her a
like-
choice.
yeah, I
That
think
was
it
him
more
being...
like
I know,
bathe her
but
in
I'm
paradise.
just saying, whatever. Just
Okay.
go with this.
All right.
Shit.
No, this is
So-
much more fun to argue.
This whole scene is this room that he lives in is a tribute to himself, and it is amazing. And he puts on like this felt smoking jacket
Oh my god. Well, you have to...
with a matching hat, but it's like
You
brown
have to-
camo with red in it. And
We gotta...
Yeah, I
you
think
gotta
he-
rewind a little
yeah, I
bit
think
because
you
he
have to,
goes
like,
behind
understand-
the changing
yes, he does.
screen
He goes back there, and you're like,
and he's
oh no.
monologuing with Chun-Li,
Right.
and you're like, what is he doing? Is he changing into his like, his
Well, no,
pajamas? Or
he's not saying anything. This is when she's giving
Oh,
him the
that's right,
speech
that's
of,
right.
"This is what you
Yeah.
did to me. I will kill you." And he's just throwing pants over the top of the
And,
thing.
and I think to properly understand it is like to properly understand his uniform that he's been wearing the entire time. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
mean,
it's classic M. Bison with the cape and the big tall hat.
yeah,
Yeah.
but also like serious Hugo Boss vibes going on. Like
Yes.
they,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have extra Nazi-fied it up.
Very much.
And also like every M. Bison person is doing like a sort of half Hydra, not quite.
They're doing a half Nazi.
Yeah.
It's a closed fist instead of an open palm.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying the Hydra is like double fist. This is like single one, no flat out palm.
Right.
I'm not gonna do it, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And it's like they're doing all these like Nazi-esque things, and they have definitely extra Nazi-fied up M. Bison's wardrobe, so that's kind of more leathery looking.
Yeah.
But yes, now it's like he's going into relax mode. From
Yeah,
that.
and we're like,
Yeah.
what is he doing? Is he changing into his like evening wear? And no shit, he comes out in M. Bisonified smoking jacket, like. And as he's walking away, he takes off his military-ish cap and then puts on his beautiful velour
Yeah.
peaked, like
yeah, it's like a velvet version
Yeah.
of the same cap, except it's all soft
And it matches
soft
the
brimmed.
jacket.
it matches the jacket. And-
Yeah.
oh, God damn.
And then he goes over to his bar, which also has a symbol on it, and then makes himself a drink with the swizzle stick that also has the symbol on it.
Yep.
Walks around the room looking at all the various weird shit. He's got
The whole time
he's got-
she's
just monologuing. Yeah.
Spilling her
she's
guts like,
spilling her guts.
"You have ruined my life, M. Bison."
He's got weird like shrines to like he's got a toy robot in one corner,
does,
and
yeah.
it's just like a wind-up toy robot from the
Couple
He's
movie.
got
toe
a-
bores.
he's got a it's not a replica necessarily, but it's a reimagining of a John Wayne Gacy painting
Yeah.
where M. Bison is the clown
He's
instead
the
of
sad clown.
yeah.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yep.
It's very awkward, but everything is themed to the gills, and I love this from
Yeah.
the set decorators.
The production
and-
value in here is amazing.
Yes.
His little lounging bed has just claws coming out of it, and
Oh, he also has his Nazi-esque skull as a fireplace that is remote controlled, and then like a whole
Yes.
hi-fi system against one wall with
Yes.
just rows of record players that
Also,
all light up.
the Bone Delier,
Yes, yes, yes.
which is
Yes.
just a
That's a bone chandelier for those who weren't in the
it's a
room when we
fabulous
discovered it.
chandelier with skulls holding candles and just bones draped from it. Like the production designer for this scene went absolutely batshit
I
crazy.
guarantee you they
I
found
wanna
that.
fuck beneath the bondelier.
They borrowed that from like a weird museum in like Austin or somewhere. But
Sure.
I'm just saying like, and then took it back. But that is
They probably borrowed it from the Nazis.
Yeah.
okay.
The way that thing looks.
that 2.
Well, this was Thailand, so there was probably several bone chandeliers.
More
just
like a pole pot.
Sorry.
Cambodia, I think. But yeah, right.
Well, I'm just
All right.
But the best part is like, so she gives her speech, and that's when he gives the whole, for you it was the worst day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday, and which is just great. Like the way he delivers it, it's amazing. And like BJ said when we were watching it, they fuck it up by her going like boing, like good,
Immediately ruin it.
Yeah, there are. It's not
jaw drop. What?
It's not the whole movie, but there are several moments where they insert straight up Looney Tunes effects to things.
And Looney Tunes ass reaction shots all over the movie.
Zangief especially is constantly just like,
it's,
what?
Yeah, there's
does
one
he ever get named? Do they ever say Zangief?
Someone says, hey, get over here.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah. But they, like, E. Honda gets one where he's just like, he slips and falls and gets like the whoop, 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 noise or whatever. And it's just like, oh, really?
Oh, well, when he's getting whipped to death and it's not affecting him, there are just twangs of Hawaiian noises while slow tuba plays.
There's like an occasional ukulele and then, sad tuba, just like a mocking tuba.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. But so, like, that scene...
Wait, no, hold on. While we're still in that scene, I just want to cover...
That's where I was going.
Oh, okay. Yes, the other awkward thing that happens in that scene, the bit of writing, is that what you're going to cover?
Well, which part?
The Balrog and him talking?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, no, just because it's like, it's one of those awkward, like, you put this in this movie for this audience, all right? But there's a point where Balrog is chained to the wall. Honda is just, like, chained where he was being whipped ineffectually. Anyway, the guy leaves because he's pissed that he broke all his sticks on Honda's back.
He had to go get better torture devices. He went to the torture closet.
And so Balrog is starting to like break his way out of the chains. He's like, Honda, give me a hand. And he's like, man, we only been in here like an hour, like maybe like a month or two. It's just like,
it's like, wow.
Whoa, all right.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. But like, the thing that got them captured was they break into this room to rescue Chun-Li, and for some, I don't even understand the like Chun-Li starts kicking. He has taunted her to the point where he's like, "You're no threat to me. You suck. Women like you don't even know how to fight." Something like that. And she's like,
"I know women.
Yeah,
and you suck."
Sure, that's it.
I'm paraphrasing.
It's close. But then she's like, "Oh yeah," and then she starts beating his ass. Now they all come in, and one of them is like, "Hey, Chun-Li, look over here." And it's like, the fuck? And then M. Bison goes off to his little protective chamber where the glass comes down, and he's like, haha, I'm
he's
safe
really
in
thought
here.
of everything in
It's
this room.
It's a panic room.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's in there just staring at him. They're like, what? And then gas starts coming out of the ceiling. One of them goes, it's gas. And they all get poisoned. And he is just in there fucking laughing his ass off.
There is
they do a match cut from, I guess a match fade.
Yes.
From the, is it from the fireplace to him? It's from the fireplace, which is like, Nazi-ish skull thing with flames.
Like it goes off when
it turns
gas,
on. Yeah. And then they match fade from that to him laughing.
He is so stoked.
It's psychotic. Everything in this movie is psychotic, but there are a few gems like that where I'm like, fucking do that. That's the way you should do.
I just realized like what the problem is like occasionally. Well, I mean like from the script writing level is like occasionally there are jokes like random hand job jokes and things like that, and all this like constant martial arts except we're all shooting people constantly. But then it's like they do the total G.I. Joe thing where it's like 5-year-olds might be watching this, so you need to tell them, hey, that's gas. It's like, fucking.
I know.
Yeah, like
it's like, what is your audience?
Like
here?
I can clearly see it. Like, it just occasionally where the dialogue is just like, how stupid is the audience, and you have to spell it out. But
everyone shows up and everyone's kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
But after a massive gunfight to where we were like, oh, Street Fighter. Remember all the gun sequences in Street Fighter?
I was trying to think if I could remember there being a gun in Street Fighter the Deuce, and I do not believe there was even one of those things like Mortal Kombat where somebody just whips out a gun and shoots.
Nobody has a gun move. It's all no weapons at all.
Okay,
they're street fights.
Right.
Something that does not happen in Street Fighter.
There are no street fights in this Street Fighter.
There are a hell of a lot of Street Fighter logos.
Prison
though.
fight.
There is a prison fight.
There's a Lee fenestrate Chun. Because Chun-Li defenestrates herself.
She does.
I just figured we'd get both in one word.
Oh, yeah, you just
sure,
put it all
yeah.
in there.
Lee Fenestration.
Yep.
Chun. It's hard to do.
Yes. Yeah, but, Van Damme finally gets there after doing some Indiana Jones shit. And
He kills Bison once. And Bison's, CPR device wakes up, which basically just looks like it's giving him boobs.
So his suit is a CPR device, and the first thing it starts doing is chest compressions, and it is just inflating and not inflating, and it looks ridiculous. But
Linnea Quigley would be proud.
yeah. Raul Julia's boob mold. So that's going back and forth, and that looks ridiculous, but it's also like, that is the coolest, dumbest thing. And then it, somewhere in there's a shot of adrenaline that goes in, and he just, and that's when he electromagnetizes.
I was going to say, doesn't he just kind of Nosferatu up
Pretty
in the
much,
background,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
I am alive?
But now he's got electrical power.
Yeah, because, John Claude's getting another of his badly dialogued things where it's like he's talking to Cammy, and it's like, how are you? He's like, I'm half dead. And then, what about Bison? All dead.
All dead.
And then he just Nosferatu's up, and he's like, I have to call you back.
It's a really good shot.
That's a good line.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
It's a good shot, too. When he pops up
Right.
behind him, you're like, ooh.
Fucking wasted on this movie.
Yeah.
But the best reaction Van Damme has, though, is when he chucks a knife at somebody, and he is the happiest I've ever seen anyone who lands a knife throw. They just cut back to him, and he's like, yeah.
Well, he's really happy about that. And then the callback to that is he's got 6 dudes that have guns, and he's down to just a knife, and he pulls it out, and they all start to surrender, and he's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm fucking awesome. And then his entire army is behind him, of
all
course.
his troops are behind him.
And
He's
he
like,
just sheepishly puts the knife
Yeah.
away, like, oh, yeah, this was doing nothing. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, it's full of dumb asides, and Raul Julia hamming it the fuck up to,
I'm not mad at Raul Julia
Not at all.
hamming it up.
I'm just
Because
saying,
it saves the movie.
Yeah. The lines about the electromagnetism levitates trains and
My desk and
my
me.
desk and me.
It's so good.
He just goes for it.
Oh.
And
Pass me the Blu-ray for a moment.
Okay.
I just remember.
Oh, you want to look at the bison
Yeah, I
bucks?
just realized we have bison dollars
Yeah.
or whatever they are.
Oh,
inside
shit.
of
Yeah,
here.
let's see how many bison bucks we got.
The things that they were just tossing around as being completely worthless.
Bisonopolis or whatever the name.
Yes,
yeah, it was Bisonopolis.
Bisonopolis. Yes. It's
Okay.
Greek. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna open live on the air here.
Yeah.
Our
Here we go.
collectible bison bucks.
Oh, it's literally just one. You get.
Oh,
One,
no, it's 100.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's
100.
one note. I mean,
One note, yeah. But each of those is
is
bison
this
buck.
is
worth-
500 pounds. I
Yes.
believe.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that.
You're so
heavy.
strong.
Yeah.
Which after we kidnap the queen.
Right.
Can't do that.
We don't know if it's the Queen of the Bank. He says
Right. The Bank of England will.
the Bank of England will value these at $5 per pound after we kidnap their queen.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the Queen of the Bank.
Queen of the
England.
Bank. Yeah.
So is it just $1?
Just one 100 note in there if you would like.
I
to
do.
touch it.
Does it
Okay.
have like a
a money feel?
I think we
No, it does not.
It does
What?
not.
It feels like a piece of
It
paper.
has a
Is it
paper feel.
printer-
It sucks.
Oh, that's
fresh
that's
paper.
printer paper for
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
That is-
That's maybe a little
It's
Well, nicer than
not
printer
photo paper, but it's not the shit like $3 pack you get at the drugstore when you run out of printer paper.
This says this note is not legal tender.
What?
Hmm.
I don't know about that.
I wonder if that was on the real bison bucks.
We should zoom in and enhance.
Oh, you meant on the
Yeah, no, I meant on
Well,
the
the
movie.
Yes,
the Blu-ray's pretty fucking crisp, so I'm sure we could.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crazy steelbook edition with the
Well, how did we end up with
the Napoleon version of
Yes.
Bison on the back.
How did we end up with the crazy steelbook edition?
It's what's
It
out
just
there.
That's the only thing that's there? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's a Mill Creek release, and they usually it's bare bones as shit.
Mhm.
This is a steelbook. You get an actual physical extra with it. There's a slipcase to go over the steelbook, and there's, I don't know, 10 hours of extras on this goddamn disc.
Probably because Capcom loves it.
I would throw the steelbook or this slipcase away immediately because this looks so much better without it.
It does.
It doesn't do much.
But it's got their names on it. and-
Yeah, but it covers
Also,
the entire
all
back
the-
of it.
yeah,
Yeah,
all
all
the
the
shit
stuff
on
on
the
the back.
back is on the slip cover.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah, that's the painting in his office.
Right.
That's,
And
Well, not the
No, not the
Gacy,
not
yeah.
the Gacy painting.
yeah. Also, that slip cover is really hard to read. All that text,
Yeah.
for some reason, is just impossible. But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
it's
it's
got
Street
that
Fighter basically.
them video game monies.
Oh yeah, and M. Bison uses the Street Fighter control deck at some point to try to attack Guile's ship
He
as
does.
it's coming in.
While he's in his Dr. Robotnik
Flying
flying
chair
It's
thing.
it's an unnecessary use of a 6-button controller just to launch mines or to release mines. Is all they're chained.
Yeah.
He's just releasing them to pop up to hit the boat, and they bail before it actually explodes. But they do basically blow up the stealth boat, and that's when he gives the line that's in every goddamn trailer, which is just "Game over." So, yeah, it's
silly. There's a lot. I mean, the thing is like the set decoration was just having a field day because there are so many things in the background that are just out of focus enough, or just not. Like there's a guy reading some kind of like guns and ammo style
they
thing.
never.
But
if
it's
that's
got a
joke,
centerfold. I don't know.
It's bad. Like they never give you a good
Yeah.
like what centerfold is he looking at?
But it's in the same font as all the other Bison shit, so it's clearly like Bison's Armory Monthly with a centerfold or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
It's like,
There's a bunch of attention to detail paid, and then there's a lot of stuff that's really cheap.
Oh yeah,
Like
the sets look good, but they're wobbly as hell.
Yeah, like the Blanca chamber, where he gets his super soldier serum, is like when the doors open, it's just everything is jiggling. It looks cool,
yes,
but it's
like
very
that's
cheap.
not constructed very well. I like that his plan was to let this 72-hour clock tick down, and then open the chamber that the hostages are in, and then launch Blanca out from the basement lab, and Blanca was just going to murder all the hostages. He was like putting on a show for some reason. He's like, all right. And then so Van Damme's already done his thing where he was going to kill his friend and then be like, all right, see you later. And then the doctor guy's like, oh, he's calling for Blanca. And Van Damme just rides the thing up and jump kicks 500 feet across the room to hit M. Bison. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I could see from, I don't know if it's devil's advocate, but like Madman's brain. I'm just trying to think, like, I could see, like, okay, you're at the end of the countdown. I'm sure that was televised. And, I guess it was like, hey, you failed. I'm, not only killing the hostages, but look, I got fucking green super soldiers too. So next time I ask for money, you better fucking give me some. I don't know.
I don't understand if you've got Zangief there. He's a giant fucking dude, and you can talk to him. Like, you don't need to program this weird Incredible Hulk thing to do stuff. Like, just point
fucking bang a gong.
Just point to your henchman and go, "Hey, dude, do the thing."
Well, he was
Zangief
going
wasn't real bright either. We
no, but if you told him to kill the hostages, he was on board and he wasn't getting paid.
But also, he's one person, and if you like
make an army of Zangiefs or
no,
Blancas.
an army of Blancas. It's your prototype, right? It's like, hey, I know how to make Blancas,
Yes,
so
nice
look the
army
fuck out.
Blancas.
Los Blancos.
Yes,
Mas Los Blancos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Muchos Blancas.
Muchos Blancas.
Blancos.
So yeah, like if you can develop an evil super soldier, you develop an evil super soldier, and then you show the world that you know how to develop evil super soldiers. I gotta stop saying those words. Evil super soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
And then next time you want to kill a bunch of UN peacekeeping doctors or whatever,
you just release one of your evil super soldiers.
Well, the next time you get your $50 billion or whatever that you demand.
Yeah,
that seems about right. Yeah, from 20 to 50. Yeah.
That was the thing too. That's why Simon Callow showed up, because he was like, "We're gonna pay him." Like you guys,
that was it.
You didn't even try to send in Van Damme and company. It was just like, nah.
Well, they waited 70 hours to do
debate
nothing.
it.
Yeah, we've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
We've decided to negotiate with terrorists. So, and Van Damme's like, "How do you know he will not do this again?" And ask for $50 billion. And the guy's like, "Well, I." So, a brilliant performance by Simon Callow.
Oh, the guy who played T-Hawk, Thunderhawk, is Osage, Cherokee, Irish, and Filipino. So he
he's a Lou Diamond.
He's
Phillips.
a Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
he can play anything.
Gotcha.
So he's at least
Okay.
somewhat Native American.
I don't believe they showed a close up of him until they put the headband on him. But before, it was just like, who is this generic Italian man running around with them? Now I know. So good job. You lucked into that correct casting decision because he has all the races in him.
Yeah, I mean,
he is the melting pot.
I started to think maybe they were going to draw from lore beyond Street Fighter 2. Not that I know as much about it, but like
into like Street Fighter 3.
I'm just saying, like Ken has a brother that I think shows up later and stuff like that. But
His brother isn't Ryu.
No,
they are brothers in the sense that you and I are brothers.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Biblically.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Correct.
Eskimo brothers.
That too.
The only time you can say biblically and it not mean fucking is when you're talking about brothers. And then
No, I think
You had to
biblically
bring
always
it-
means fucking.
does it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Like he ain't heavy, he's my brother. Biblically.
No, that means you fucked your brother. I'm pretty sure. Is what,
Okay.
then you wouldn't actually know his weight.
Oh my god.
I
Fair
mean, I
enough.
just think I don't think there's a biblically ever being used for anything other than like
No,
let's
it's
talk
all
about fucking.
It's not to be legit.
Actually,
like,
brothers biblically should have meant that I murdered.
Probably
yeah,
yes.
I was the
Old Testamentally
Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
Old Testament.
Hey, bro, what's going on? Stab. Haha.
Yeah.
God told me to.
Now you're salt, bitch.
No. That was what Abraham and Isaac, where
Yeah.
God told him to murder
Right.
his child.
Because he had a bet with the devil.
Yeah, but there's
Sure.
there's Cain and Abel. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
brothers and
Cain and Abel's first murder, and that was just because one of them was an asshole, right?
Yeah, one was Abel, and the other was Cain.
But there was no good reason behind
I
that murder, was there? There was a little bit of jealousy.
I don't probably yes. I think so.
We're not theologists, everybody.
right.
Cain wouldn't
As
let
you can
Abel have
tell.
his turn on the Xbox.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, I want to play the DJ Hero.
Why have we gone back? What?
I don't. Nothing. It doesn't mean. None of this means anything. It's not germane to the plot of Street
I
Fighter.
want to watch a remake of the Bible now with
Okay.
Ray Romano as Cain.
Abel, get off the Xbox.
Mom said I could have it for another hour.
Patrick Warburton is his brother.
Hey, Mom said I could have it for another hour. Why are you hitting me? And I want to play Master Chief.
Because he wouldn't get the names right of the
Right.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're playing Viva Pinata. That's all we're gonna play.
Get away from me! I'm playing Zooty-kun.
Oh, Zudikun.
Yet another episode of the BMFcast is trying to turn into a no quarters. Anyway,
I mean, we are talking about Street Fighter.
is a
It's-
video game
it's-
movie.
It's
This-
fair.
yeah.
So
And
No
just
Quarters
post this on.
presents-
This will also be cross posted to no quarters.
It is relevant to both
That's true.
interests. Anyway, that's Street Fighter.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
It's a movie that came out.
It is. It is literally a movie.
Oh, and Sonny Chiba's not in it.
No, it's not that
So,
Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It is not related to the popular Street Fighter franchise
Mm.
starring Sonny Chiba.
Yeah. I just thought I'd clarify.
Just so you know. I'm going to go ahead and rate this.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a bag. I want to give it a jocks because all my brain right now can think about is Raul Julia hamming it the fuck up and some of the other good things in this. That whole scene with Chun-Li especially, and just a couple of other moments. But then if I'm honest with myself, the movie is so badly made because it is made by committee and made by a bunch of people who have different interests and different goals, and everybody's being pulled in different directions. It's just not a good movie. It's just not well done. It doesn't tell a story. The action kind of sucks. If you're here for Van Damme, he's gone for half of it, and you're kind of stuck with Ryu and Ken, who are like, what are you doing? Like, I don't even know. Like, at one point they say something like they're scoundrels or con artists or something, and it's like
Hustlers.
It's okay. I guess they were originally there to hustle the street fight that gets interrupted by Van Damme, who rolls in on a tank with missiles and arrests everybody.
It's not clear at all why
Yeah.
they're there. I mean, it seems like they're setting up that they're also undercover for somebody, but maybe also not.
I just think they were just there,
Sure.
and they got sucked into it. But anyway, that's the thing is, I realized about 5 minutes in, oh, this is one of those movies where you absolutely are not going to be able to follow any detail of this. It's just, that's the bad guy. He needs to get his ass kicked, do stuff in between.
Mhm.
And sometimes there's some cool stuff, but even when you get down to like blowing up the base at the end, it feels like they're just blowing up a model, a tiny like shitty model, and it's not even a good explosion.
They're never really blowing up a base in a movie, Chuck.
I know, but they do.
It does look.
That truck explosion halfway through the film is way worse.
Great, yeah. Oh, you think it's worse?
No, worse in terms of like, oh my god, people could have died from that.
Oh,
I want explosions where it's like, you almost killed someone.
Yeah.
I don't want people to actually die.
Wraiths.
I just want like, ooh, that one. Like you could tell people who were close to it were like, we didn't expect it to be that big. That's a good explosion. The one at the end is just kind of like.
They ran out of explosion money. Yeah.
So, it's a bummer. There's some great stuff in this. It is a good highlight reel for a lot of things. Raul Julia fucking nailing a madman performance, and it's great. It's just literally a shitty movie. It is just a poorly made film.
I will counter that mildly by actually giving it the 1 jock. And here now I've got a record. I do not like Street Fighter.
Yeah, at the beginning of this,
I do not like this movie. But
you're like,
yes. But here's the thing. I think if push came to shove, and I had not seen either, and I were going to pick one, I would watch this over Mortal Kombat. I think this is a more fun movie. I think maybe Mortal Kombat sneaks into being a better made movie from time to time. Occasionally,
Mortal Kombat has that music though.
it does have that music in the first few seconds. Yes, but right, yeah, and Christophe Lambert for some reason, but yeah, who's actually later James Remar for some reason, but.
Still can't watch that second one. It's so bad.
But yeah, I mean, I'm saying if you've never seen this for some reason, I think it's worth a watch. I think that's why I'm giving a single jocks, because like there's enough stupidity here, and there's enough like if somehow you're aware of the Street Fighter characters and you've avoided this movie, I don't know how, like this will be kind of a weird little treat, because you're just be like, what the hell is this? I mean, you could follow
treat
this up,
in quotation marks.
Yeah, I mean, follow this up with like watching City Hunter, and it'd be a weird afternoon.
Oh, that would be.
I'm just saying, like it'd be a weird little afternoon. But like, I can give this a mild recommend because like Raul Julia is just going for it, and I appreciate that so much. So, yeah, mildest recommendation, but like, yeah, it's a watchable bad thing. So the mildest of 1 jocks.
All right. Just want to point out this matches your Double Dragon rating.
Okay. Matches? Like
yes.
It's as good as? Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably about fair.
It also got 1 jocks.
Yeah.
Not making. I'm just.
Yeah, I mean,
this movie very much reminds me of Double Dragon.
Sure.
Of it's that kind of thing of like, we need to make a video game movie, but it's like, you guys have no idea what you're doing, do you?
Yeah.
And it's like, we're supposed to have that thing in it, and it's like, is that what it's supposed to be? Because
like I would say, like I think the Turtles movies, the first attempts at the Turtles movies are a good example. I feel like the first one skirts close to, but manages to stay just outside of the made by committee. There's some decisions in it that is just like, oh, well, clearly they've got to do this and they got to do this and we got to have this music here and blah 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 blah. But like by the second one, it was just completely made by committee, where it was like, oh no, the parents have complained that they can't use weapons and just have them fight with pepperonis, and I'm just like,
Corey Feldman did the drugs, so
right.
Get him out of this movie.
Right, and I mean, it's like by then it was just like completely made by So I'm saying like this one is. Yes, it's made by committee, but it's like there are weird little bits of like, I don't know whose mind snuck in with the set decoration or whatever, but there's little bits that I like, and it's mostly crap, but there's just enough that it's like, that's funnish.
You liked the hip hop soundtrack.
That I did. I was questioning somewhere along the way. There's like the soundtrack is so in the background for most of this movie that I was just like, man, they were padding something to put out a tape or CD somewhere, but
for sure,
by the official
couldn't
soundtrack
tell what it
album.
was. I mean,
there was. I don't remember it, but I know there had to be a big ass soundtrack release.
Oh yeah, this was that era of the soundtrack is
that's-
released to
that's
make
the
as
crazy
much money.
thing. Like, there's Ice Cube, Public Enemy, Farside,
yeah.
Shit,
Hammer.
Hammer
yes,
and
Hammer.
Deion Sanders.
Hammer and Deion
Hammer with
Sanders,
Deion
yeah.
Sanders. I don't know if he was also vocalizing on that or not. I think he was.
It was Hammer featuring
I
Deion
mean,
Sanders.
well, no, it said written by. It just said performed by Hammer, but
Oh.
it was co-written by Deion Sanders. I'm just saying, I don't know if he was on the track. Probably, because
Yes.
why else?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay,
I'm
but-
almost there. Yep, performed by MC Hammer and Deion Sanders.
okay.
Written by MC Hammer.
Oh, so did I read it backwards?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Are MC Hammer and Deion Sanders friends?
Was that your Google search, or was that...
No, it just,
Okay.
people also ask.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, they do.
MC Hammer's feet.
Yeah. They can't be good. They got to be wrecked after all that dancing.
Their friendship?
No,
Oh, his
Hammer's
feet?
Yeah. he's got hammer toes.
Oh my God!
Almost
I
killed
can't
Chuck with
believe
that one.
you just picked that low-hanging fruit and I didn't see it.
I know.
It's like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, it was.
Tell
just,
me, have you seen it?
Yeah, it was just right there.
Yeah.
Toes, Jesus God.
I feel like I say this a lot, but I really don't know how to rate this.
It's,
This is really a quandary.
it's yet another one of these difficult ones where it's like, I don't know, man.
It is objectively very bad. Like, one IMDb star bad as a movie goes, as a film goes. I don't know what it's actually rated on IMDb. Not important. It's so hard because there are so many things, like, including one thing we haven't touched on, which is the costuming department.
Mm-hmm.
Just going ham the whole way, especially for M. Bison, but everybody gets a shot for the most part at a superstar look with their outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And to the movie's credit, they do a funny job in some ways of shoehorning in the costumes. Like when Ken and Ryu get their gis, Zangief is the one that rips the arms off of their gis so that they have their iconic look. And like, it's a funny way of shoehorning them into their costumes. Is it a good way? Nah, whatever. But it's funny, and everybody gets one version of their outfit. Like Chun-Li's Dragon Lady outfit is from Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, I think.
I mean, it's supposed to be blue, but
Her normal outfit is blue,
yeah,
but the red one is from a different edition. Of,
yeah, I mean, it might be like a button. You could do the color swap.
yeah,
palette
it was
swaps.
in the IMDb.
I'm
trivia
just thinking
somewhere.
I think that it make
like-
it blue because like both Guile and Cammy are wearing blue tank tops, and I think
Sure,
they were like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
need some color variation,
Yeah, that's almost certainly why they did that outfit.
which is silly
but-
because like they probably should have just made them green like military shit because that's what Guile's tank top was green. I
Giles was
believe.
green and
yeah.
Cammy's was
She wore
black.
She wore
black
she wore like a
thing with
green,
a red beret.
or urban camo unitard thing. Like it was like
Yeah.
a unikini, whatever. I don't
Right.
know. One piece.
Leotard.
Yeah.
Yeah, One Piece Leo.
That hot new anime.
Yeah. Hashtag One Piece Leo. But yeah, like costume design goes ham, set design goes ham. The construction department maybe needed a couple more brackets, but even some of the dialogue is really good. It's just delivered in an awful fashion. And the editing is trash tier. But I mean, even that stupid stealth boat looks pretty good for like a cheap stealth boat.
It didn't look like it was going to hydroplane off the water and flip up in the air and explode.
It didn't look like it was going to disintegrate. It did have a bunch of scratches on the hull that you could very clearly see. Maybe you wouldn't notice it if you weren't looking at the movie critically, but I'm like, I keep going back and forth between like 2 bags, 2 jocks, 2 bags, 2 jocks, 2 bags, 2 jocks. Especially because like the first half of the movie, I'm like, this sucks more than I thought it would have. And I'm just sitting there trying to decide if I want to get up and leave before I get murdered by a hurricane, and this is the last thing I remember, trying to have fun with in my life, or if I should stick around. In the second half, I actually had kind of a good time with it, so I'm really stuck on this one, and I wish I could just hand wave and not have to rate this one.
So what you're saying is you're kind of like
I'm kind of doing the Zangief
Sideways thumb.
sideways thumb. Yeah,
Or a thumb middle. I think I said
thumb
it.
middle. Yeah.
It's not a thumbs up or a thumbs down. They corrected by the end, though.
They did.
Yeah. Because he also realized he had the realization, like, am I working for the bad guy?
Yeah, he had the.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies?
He had the
Yeah.
peep show. Are we the baddies thing? I don't know, man. It feels wrong to give it jocks, but also,
Feels so right.
all right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it a bag, but with a recommendation to watch it if you haven't.
You should watch this one bag. Do not watch.
Yes, that's correct. Go watch the train wreck. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
guess,
expect it to be good. Don't expect it to be like.
You will get some entertainment value
Yeah.
from it.
Right.
Absolutely.
like I'm not sure my own rating systems even technically work in my own mind frame because, like, even like something like Spawn, like one of the movies I think is like one of the worst pieces of shit that has ever been committed to film.
Oh,
Like-
there are worse. We've watched worse.
Spawn is pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah,
We've
it's
watched
up there.
worse
than
It's way up there. But
Spawn is a movie I could not finish.
yeah, and that means you didn't even make it to the CG hell at the end. But yeah.
No.
CGL is the worst. I love it.
Yeah. But anyway, I just mean like because it is both
It's
CG
so
hell
bad.
and CG hell. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean like even like as fucked up and like awful as I think that it is, and like I would take away stars from it to give to other movies, so that they got a negative rating.
Right.
But I mean like in some kind of weird way, I'd be like, well, if you've never seen it from a bad movie standpoint, yeah, watch it because like you need to understand like how
Oh,
bad
yeah,
shit
it's-
can be. Because like I'm kind of fucked up like that. So maybe my rating for Street Fighter isn't correct, but I'm like, you should witness this. I mean, if nothing else, just like see the last crazy performance of Raul Julia. I mean, like see the rest of this weird set decoration and Theodore Rex level treatment of bullshittery that is happening. Where it's just like, I don't know, we got a bunch of styrofoam, let's make a fucking movie. So.
Words said all the time in Hollywood.
So I mean, yeah, I don't, yeah. Oh, and as Kyle pointed out, I don't think we even mentioned in all the cast that Ming Na Wen is Chun Li, which
Right.
is
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. We
they're
did.
very early casting.
Yeah.
I mean, what she is in? Was it? Eat Pray, not Eat Pray Love. What is it? Oh my God, I said Eat Pray Love. That's a fucking Julia Roberts movie.
It is.
I can't remember what. What the fuck
I don't
movie
know.
it is. She made a goddamn movie that was like real famous, and now it's fucking escaping me.
Does
Yeah.
it have something to do with chocolate?
Maybe she was in the Joy Luck Club. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't
I
matter.
don't know. We have the Googles.
Yeah,
we can find out.
It doesn't matter. There's something that I think she had just broken out from a.
She was in the Joy Luck.
Okay, yeah, I'm just saying. I think she had just been in like something that was like, so it was like getting her.
Yeah, she had not done much. She
Right.
Joy Luck Club, a couple of other things, Street Fighter, and then Terminal Voyage, which I believe y'all watched. that's that Ice-T.
Oh God, yeah.
movie.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it's,
I had no idea she was in that.
Ming Na Wen is alumni now.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is a different Terminal
Oh,
Voyage. No, that's
oh.
Final Voyage that you guys
Mm.
watched. Sorry,
Yeah, final voyage.
I fucked up. I wasn't here.
The final level.
Yeah.
The final voyage.
Can I just say that
Fantastic
the
voyage.
the stealth boat had Guile's name on it?
It did. Yeah, that was his stealth boat.
That's dumb.
Well,
Like-
Why?
I mean, he had it painted like a by the cockpit, by
Like a Top Gun.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
but it
like-
was huge.
Yes.
You could see it from like 1,000
It was like a
yards away.
stock car number. It was
Right.
it's like it's not very stealthy to put your fucking name on your stealth boat.
Yeah. If they can see it, if they can see it, then it's too late for them. You've
Yeah.
already been stealth.
Right.
Oh, just because
You're already
I feel like we keep being done talking about this movie, but they do the fake out Giles dead at the end with the explosion, and then he just walks out like fucking airbags, like no explanation of how he survived or
Yeah, no,
whatever.
you don't need it.
But for a second, like there's just long enough that I was like, don't worry, he'll survive with his cunning and his
Something else.
So what do you call it?
Wits.
yes.
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Charm.
Charm. Yeah. His je
But
ne
he
sais-
ge- he
his je
gets-
ne sais quoi.
He gets 2 death fake outs. I mean, the second one we know he's not dead for sure,
Yeah.
but the first one we know he's not dead because he's Jean-Claude Van Damme at the
And it's
start of the
20
fucking
minutes in the
movie. and It's 20 minutes, yeah.
Right.
But
He could have Steven Seagal an executive decision in this movie. We never know.
That's
Yeah.
true. That would have been
Of
wild.
course, there's no Kurt Russell to back him up here. But
Yeah, no.
yeah,
Yeah, who is the star after Van Damme is gone?
but yeah, he gets 2 death fake outs. Most
Yeah.
people don't even get 1.
They probably just kept killing him off because he kept wandering away, and they never knew if he was
Just
going to come back or not.
I guess Guile could be dead here, just in case.
If he doesn't come back, He's dead.
Man, that's gonna be pretty fucked up. Like I mean, I don't know if it was common knowledge of Raul Julia's condition on the movie, but like, you have a guy that's like, you possibly know is dying, and a guy who you might just assume shows up dead on set one day or doesn't show up at the set.
Yeah.
Dead one day from cocaine. That's
Right,
gonna be a wild
yeah.
fucking shoot.
Yes, exactly.
We try to film all
No
their parts
stress.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the lead actor is totally healthy.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking egomaniac and out of his mind on drugs.
Right.
The lead villain is giving it his all,
Yeah.
but he's also very sick.
Did you hear that?
Was that just the cat again? Probably.
No, that was like
Sounded like a man.
winds?
sounded like somebody hollering.
Yeah. You got ghosts?
Probably.
Could
Okay.
have been the wind.
Could have been.
Oh,
Could've been
it hasn't happened in a while, but I'm not trying to like sound fancy because I feel like you've said this word, it sounds like you're fancy, but I have the columns up at the front of the house, and they are shaped in a way that it can almost read. The wind can read across them in a certain way that it makes a noise.
Oh, okay.
like vinyl?
Huh? I'm just saying they have ridges in them, and it's like it can actually like pan flute them almost because it freaked
fucking-
me out.
You got fucking Zamfir on your.
It has.
Oh, wow. 2 weeks in a row with fucking Zamfir
The,
reference.
the wind has to blow a certain way, and I forgot that it can happen, so it hasn't happened in a while.
So you have your palatial columns out
Yes.
front.
I got
sound like a
marble
man's
columns.
sound like a man screaming in agony when the wind
Yeah.
blows the right direction.
Nothing's as fancy like marble columns. Yeah.
Just as I designed it. Terrifying.
Some weird, like, you got to stay overnight in the house with the marble columns that scream like a man.
Scream like a man who screams like a wounded bear.
Columns by Banshee. Anywho,
Yeah.
that's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So if people want to talk about Street Fighter or anything else, PJ, how would they go about doing that?
I don't know. Probably go to Reddit or whatever.
Cool. I mean, if
Yeah.
they want to talk specifically to us
Oh,
about
We're not
Street
on
Fighter.
Reddit.
Yeah.
we are technically, but
That's true. It's still there.
yeah,
but-
still there. It's probably been hacked again. I don't know. If you want to talk directly to us, you should probably just like email us. That's the best way. We have an email address. You can probably find it somewhere. But if you can't, it's right here, bmf@bmfcast.com. Pull the old switcheroo.
You're like Jean-Claude, except he's not dead. He's like,
Yeah.
fucking airbats.
If you want to speak to us directly, though kind of actually indirectly, but if you want to use your voice to speak with us about it, you can call us. We have the Garfield phone, 910-5-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. It's a telephone number. It's how your grandma used to order pizza before the internet.
Sounds like an insult. That's how your grandmother.
How your grandma used to order pizza. I'm talking to the Zoomers who have
Oh.
grandparents that are like our age.
Wait, can you order pizza on Zoom?
Sure, why not?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, find Domino's on
Said
Zoom.
like
See
at the Noid.
See, the Noid is a
Yeah.
character that. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, give us a call. You can leave us a voicemail on the Garfield phone. It's fun. You should try it out. Just dial the number and see what happens. We promise we won't steal anything from you.
And we don't
for your-
answer. It's a voice.
Except
Yeah.
your hearts.
And your voice.
Oh, maybe your minds. I don't know.
Yeah, a little bit. We're like Ursula the Sea Witch.
And your soul.
One thing we do want to steal from you, though, is your money, because you have it and we don't, and all we have are bison bucks.
Yeah.
we're but poor, orphaned DJs and such.
Yeah, it's basically like 90s cryptocurrency.
Exactly, because it's worthless.
We mined these 100 bison bucks.
Right. But anyway, we want your money. Patreon.com/BMFcast is where you can give it to us. We will, in return for your hard-earned money, give you our hard-made podcasts, our quality podcasts. I kind of got lost in that
these
sentence.
podcasts that will
Hard
make you
made.
hard.
Right.
And by that I mean
Hard
able,
of hearing.
to survive out here in the cold, cruel world.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we give you a bunch of stuff for your money. We have like 900 bonus podcasts, not an actual number.
Pretty
but-
close.
Tons of additional content for you to listen to if you just give us a few dollars a month. It's up to you, really, but the more the merrier. I mean, for us, it helps us pay for stuff like these awesome Steelbook limited edition Bison Buckhaven Street Fighter the movie.
That's right.
Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope in like what would it be like 21.94 we can have the Bicentennial edition.
Sure. Sure. I think that would have to be
2094.
no, it'd be 21.94 because 1994.
I can do fucking
Yeah.
math.
Oh, okay.
I
You're
expect
right.
no
I'm
one
dumb.
does math. So
All right.
I was thinking of centennial. I'm an idiot.
Yes, but it's Bicentennial.
I get it.
All right.
hence the joke.
Mhm.
Anyway, we buy like physical media. Like we're about to go broke again because it's going to be Vinegar Syndrome's Black Friday sale, and Chuck's going to
Yeah.
spend $8,000 on DVDs.
Got to get all those Don the Dragon Wilson movies.
Oh man, what a pickle!
It's
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
of vinegar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And hosting and legal fees for running a podcast are gonna come up soon. So
Inflation.
yeah, plus inflation. So
That's us blowing each other. Biblically, I mean,
Disclaimer.
biblically.
Biblically.
oh yeah, biblically.
Biblically. It's okay.
right.
That's what we meant.
like brothers.
Yeah. Anyway, and we know times are
Tons retarded. What? No.
That's okay, man.
I was trying to say both times are tough and times are hard at the same time.
I mean, the combination of those words are correct. Times are exactly that.
It's cool, Scro. These times, you can still be a pilot. We'll finish the podcast someday. It'll be cool.
I was overdue for one of
I
these.
know, yes.
We know times are tough for everybody out there as well. So if you can't give us money, it's fine. But if you happen to be rich, hook your brothers up.
Right.
Biblically. And by that I mean with money.
Yeah. Yes.
Patreon.com/BMFcast.
Or put your siblings on Grinder, whichever you want. I mean,
Put your siblings on Grinder. Do you even understand what you just said?
yes.
All right.
Hook a brother up. Biblically, yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I understood what I said exactly.
Along these lines, maybe keep an eye on Tumblr. Our Tumblr account may come back in some way, shape, or form because
Tumblr is back.
has
Tumblr's back, baby.
undone some restrictions lately on certain content.
You don't have to be coy about it. Tumblr is now allowing hoots.
Yeah.
Floppy naturals.
Yep. So, not saying
Big
our
hot-
floppy,
Big, hot, wet hooters.
biblically speaking, will not be on Tumblr, but we may start posting there again because we may start using Tumblr again because we can go see floppy naturals there.
Let me,
So, do you still have 12 Tumblrs?
probably. Let me see if I can log in. I'll tell you how many Tumblr accounts I
You
have.
have Meat Stick or whatever that Meat Tub.
I do have Meat Tub. Absolutely have Meat Tub.
Do you still get like the happy anniversary Meat Tub emails?
Yeah.
It's been 13 years, Meat Tub, since you signed up for Tumblr. Anyway, Tumblr's back.
Guess who's back?
We may post a GIF or two.
We might.
I don't know. We'll just keep reposting that behind the scenes Robot Jocks stuff that goes up, or the Richard Harrison Garfield phone photos where everyone's like, haha, look at this. Like,
Oh, I got to recover my password, so no, no joy in Mudville today. I'll get back to it tomorrow.
Okay.
I got also Yo Dog Dem Wheels Too Big. A classic.
The best.
Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
All right.
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ,
I'm Chuck.
and hopefully Mackie comes back one day. And this is BMFcast out.
He's never coming back.
Game over. Hi, Ed. Hi, Kyle.
Was it my imagination, or did one of the lights flicker lower, like one of the ring lights?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
But I lost hearing in one of my ears for a brief time.
Ah.
That doesn't.
No,
that doesn't. do
that
anything.
you can't do that.
What do you mean? Who's over here now?
You can't
This-
Doppler
this
effect
is
yourself
over
like
here.
that.
One day we should stereo pan ourselves. Just, I know you could bounce it down to mono,
Right.
easily. We
Yes.
should just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Just stereo pan.
Just if we're really bored.
That's a Wayne's World joke.
Party time.
Good night, live stream. Hurricane's coming.
The storm is coming. Return to your homes.
That is good advice, pinball machine. Take us off the line.
What?
Take us off the line.
I was
we
about
have
to
to
engage party
discuss?
mode. Party mode.
That's
party.
SOS mode.
Oh.
Are you in SOS?
No.
Okay. Then don't turn on SOS mode.
Okay.
Don't cry wolf.
It's not that bad.
I don't think anyone's gonna come to my rescue via podcast on YouTube, are they?
They might.
Okay.
Some people may just watch YouTube
Misinterpret.
waiting for SOS mode.
That's a good place to keep it. On the screw. All right, I guess I got to take us off the line. We got business to discuss or something.
AKA not dying to hurricane.
Bye.
I'm gonna have to stay here
You
tonight.
got to come out of the closet, Nicole.
DJ broke his ring light.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't. I just dropped
DJ
it.
broke his ring light.
Come out
I
of the
didn't.
closet
He
for
broke
Nicole.
his ring light. Now you're going to have to use Mackey's ring light.
Okay, bye.